forgive me for getting cut off. Sorry about that. I'll pick up where I left off. The objective of the Almighty in placing particular individuals into the specific located positions in His church is made plain in Ephesians 4:12-14. The Lord ordained this structure for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ, till we all come in the unity of the flesh and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Well, this particular passage in this book was inspired by the fact that in the beginning it was hard for people to believe that I was a servant of God. They would look at me and see my size, 6 feet, I weigh 230 pounds. They would look at me and they would see my size, and they would know that I had committed bank robberies, that I had sold drugs, that I was basically a thug. And so they couldn't understand how this thug was now talking about Jesus Christ. It was the same principle that Paul went through when he converted. Everybody was afraid of him. No one could understand how this man, who was hated by all, could be considered a servant of God. Well, after years of studying and learning, I came to understand that just like in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, God's servants come from all walks of life. The despised, the hated, the one that you think least would be a servant of God is a servant of God. He has different types of servants. All servants are not, I repeat, all servants are not the passive, quiet, creeping, like, please don't hurt me, I love you, and this type of servant. Some servants are like Elijah, who took up the sword and killed 850 false prophets. Some servants are like Jesus Christ, who walked in the temple and because it was being defiled, overturned all the tables and chased the shutters out. Some servants are like Samson. Some servants are like Ehud, Barak, Deborah. These people were people who were considered the least. Just like Gideon. Gideon said, hey, how could you use me? I'm the least in my own family. But the Lord used him. Because in this body, there are many members. For some reason, the body of Christ today believes that everybody is a mouth. Well, if everybody is the mouth, where are the eyes? And if everybody is the mouth, then where is the walking and the talking? There are no arms, no legs. But the truth of the matter is, in the body of Christ, all these parts exist. It's incumbent today, especially in these troubled and perilous times, that all parts of the body be welcomed by the general body. Because when one part is sick, the whole body is sick. I've never been a perfect person. I'm far from perfect today. But I am bound and determined to assure that I do the will of God. I have corrupted this life. I cannot afford to mess up the next life. And this is the way that most people need to think. Because in that wedding supper on that day are going to be people just like me from the highways and the byways, who lived in the gutters, who saw the worst of life that life has to offer, and who rose above, but are not afraid to look back. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon with another episode. This is Project One, and I'm out.